Our guest is Aanchal Bhatia, the Sydenham Clinic in Houston, Texas. In real estate matters, we always want to be a peak performer. We want to have our mind right as we're successful out there in real estate or anything else we do. And Aanchal is the founder of the Sydenham Clinic right here in Houston, Texas. Let's tell people about your organization.
Thank you. Thank you, Bill. Firstly, I want to thank you for having me on your show. And I think today you are going to shine some light on a very important topic. You're going to talk about building health as your most valuable asset.
As they say, our health is our wealth.
Absolutely. We need to invest in health from that mindset and from that perspective. And it's for that very reason that we have started Sydenham Clinic. And while we're sitting here, it doesn't feel like a clinic.
It's a beautiful place. It seems like a luxury hotel, quite frankly.
Well, and health should be luxurious. The process of getting healthy and living longer should be a luxurious process. It should be comfortable. It should fit into your lifestyle. So that's exactly what we do here at Sydenham Clinic. Our goal is to optimize your health. While, of course, we are giving you the highest quality of concierge care. We take care of you when you're sick. We'll send a plane to get you from wherever you are. But our goal is, our methodology is to keep you well. It's prevention. It's focusing on getting to know you at a genomic level and then preventing things from there.
Well, one of the things that's going on in the real estate market, certainly here in Houston, Texas, we have some of the most successful realtors in the world, and they're doing very, very well. And that's not just Houston, but real estate is booming almost everywhere. There's a lot of people leaving big cities, but other than that, it is on fire. Thus, a lot of real estate professionals are being more successful than ever. One of the things I wanted to bring forth as far as success goes, and you're helping people keeping the right perspective, peak performance, what are some of the things we should think about as we're being successful that we can enjoy that success and not just be so busy that we're not enjoying one of the things we've worked very hard for?
Bill, that's extremely important as we get successful, because it's sort of a rat race that we get caught in. You know, we are constantly used to peddling. And you're absolutely right that the real estate market is booming. My mom's a realtor. My sister and brother-in-law have moved here from New York. And we're seeing that, especially the housing market, you know, people are wanting to move to bigger homes. They want estates. People are wanting to go up one notch if they can. And while it's good to grow financially, sometimes it can deplete you emotionally. It can deplete your family life. It can deplete your emotional health. And I just launched a podcast last week where I spoke about how there's a higher rate, there's an increase in depression. So very often, that's the kind of group that I hang out with. We're hanging out with people where we're constantly worried about the evils that come with too much wealth. And somewhere, you know, you've got to keep stopping in your track and taking control of work-life balance and where exactly you're going. Are you really fulfilling your purpose in the journey?
That word jumped in my mind when you said that. That word is balance. So we have those of us being very successful, I think, like the old adage, stop and smell the coffee, stop and smell the roses, and enjoy that part of our life. But what kind of word would you have for someone that's maybe not that successful right now? There are also people in real estate and other professions that are struggling for a variety of reasons. And again, we want to optimize all the categories of our health, which is what you're doing here at your organization. But give us a word for someone that needs a little bit encouragement or help.
It just stopped, like you said, stop and smell the roses. So at Sydenham Clinic, you know, we have a very interesting philosophy that we follow, which is inspired by the blue zones. I don't know if you know about the blue zones.
I do, and I wanted to bring that up.
Right.
Let's tell people if they don't know the blue zones.
Sure.
That's a fascinating thing.
Right. And I think the answer lies there. And I could go on and on about the blue zones because I'm so fascinated by the research that came out. So there was a National Geographic study done to identify the different blue zones in this world where people live the longest and happiest lives. The reason it's called the blue zone is because the first region that they discovered was in Sardinia, and the men lived there, you know, to 100 and close to 100, and they live long, happy lives. And they're like, what is it that these guys do? And what's so special?
What's in the water or whatever?
Well, they do drink wine. So they have this special wine that they drink in Sardinia. But a lot of them are shepherds. It's a hilly region. So they live very active lives there. They eat their carbs. I mean, they don't have too much of meat. They don't have, they have a plant-based diet. But they then found out that there are factors common on other areas as well. So the other blue zones are Icaria in Greece, there's Sardinia, which we spoke about in Italy, there's Nicoya in Costa Rica. The only one in the United States is a religious community called Loma Linda in California. It's the Seventh-day Adventists. And the blue zone that tops the chart is, of course, in Japan, and is called Okinawa in Japan. When you said what can people do even if they're not that successful or successful, I think one common thing that all these blue zones had was a very strong sense of faith and purpose. And just stopping and tuning in with that faith and purpose is the first step to creating that balanced life. They have actually 9 factors that they found that are common. And a lot of them were around family, community, a strong sense of kinship, and purpose.
And it kind of goes back to what we started, is our wealth necessarily is not in our bank. Our wealth is in our health and also our family. The thing you said about the people in all the blue zones are they are happy, they're active, and we didn't even think about how many resources they may or may not have. Those are really the keys. The financial gains are great because they provide us choices and security to live. And many people say, oh, I want to live long. No, I want to live long and healthy, like
Yes.
these people in the blue zones. And those of us right now, especially realtors that are, let's say they're accumulating their nest egg for their future, or anybody else, they have that opportunity to have those things, to be healthy, to keep the right things in mind, and at the same time build your nest egg, whether it's real estate or whatever else.
And you know, Bill, I found that they're both directly correlated. That once this starts going up, once the health starts going up and the alignment and the balance starts coming, your wealth will also grow in that proportion, because you suddenly get clarity, you get focus, and you become very tuned with your purpose. So the factor that excites me the most about the blue zones is a concept called Ikigai in Okinawa, Japan.
There's a book named that, and I have that book. Yes,
Right.
tell people about that.
Yeah, so it's a beautiful concept, and of course we are not Japanese, so we'll be butchering the translation. But the way I understand it is when your passion, your purpose, your mission, your vocation, everything comes together. It's what you love doing. It's what the world needs, what you can be paid for. When all that accumulates, I mean, like, this is my ikigai. This is my ikigai. So I'm living my ikigai. I'm in tune with my purpose. That will make me live longer. That would make me live happier and create wealth along the way, because I will be operating from a place of abundance.
There you go. That's right. As far as what you're doing here, let's tell people, if they are interested in knowing
Yes.
more about your clinic right here, what are some of the programs or even menus that you have for someone that says, hey, things are good right now,
Yeah.
and I want to optimize my health, my mental, physical health, or you may have someone that's struggling with one reason or another, same thing.
So essentially, we're your private office for health. How you have wealth managers, we are your health managers. We have several programs here. Of course, we have the standard concierge program where we totally come on board. We're like your quarterback for health. Anything and everything in the world of healthcare operates from your concierge desk. You need a specialist recommendation. You have a cough or cold. You need to go to the ER. We help you coordinate all your care. But we also have 20-year-olds as our member. We are busier than we would like to be. We just opened here in June. And we have 20-year-olds. We have 75-year-olds as our member. And we're optimizing their health. We study their genetics. We study their hormones. We study their gut. We help them we meet them where they're at, and we help them reach their goals.
We have about a minute left. What else you'd like them to know and how they can reach out to you?
Well, we're right here in the heart of Houston. We are in River Oaks. You can find us at sydenhamclinic.com. Follow us on social media. We have something very interesting that we post on Instagram and Facebook. It's called Secret Sutras. So we give little pearls of wisdom from Sydenham Clinic every week. I also have a podcast called Life Sutras, and I'm excited to be hosting that from Sydenham Clinic as well. We also are, a fun lifestyle, because it's a members-only clinic. We also have a lot of lifestyle events here so that we help you make those lifestyle recommendations and changes that we recommend. So it's a fun way to get healthy, to get fit, and optimize yourself. So I encourage people to come here, come either through an event or book a tour and just see what kind of fun stuff we do here.
And as events they'll be posted on your website when you have them planned, and
Yes.
weather's going to be getting a little bit cooler, we hope.
Well, we do have, for example, on Wednesdays, we have a cooking show with Monica Pope. Monica is an iconic chef in Houston, Texas.
She's been on the show about a year or so ago, yeah.
Oh, great. Yeah, so Monica was here last Wednesday and she's going to be here next Wednesday. And every Wednesday we have a small private group of people. Because of COVID, we're keeping it very private. So usually there's 1 or 2 people who champion it, and it's only limited to 12 people.
And let's tell people again, the website is...
SydenhamClinic.com.
How do you spell that?
Sydenham. So a lot of Americans say Sydenham.
Sydenham.
Because he was an English physician. I mean, for 2 centuries, his textbook was the standard textbook in medicine. So Thomas Sydenham is his name. So the clinic is called Sydenham. It's spelled Sydenham, Sydenham, clinic.com. 713-629-6288. 713-629-6288.
Thank you, Aanchal.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you so much.